India is all ready to shoot for the moon today. India's second moon mission that would lift off from Sriharikota in Andhra Pradesh. And if the mission is successful, India will be the fourth nation to enter the elite space club after United States, China and Russia to complete a soft landing on the surface of the moon. Tension will peak at the Sriharikota space port after 1:30 p.m. when ISRO will redo the helium filling in the cryogenic engine, a technical glitch that had forced ISRO to abort the mission last time around. Shravan Sen, our senior news editor, who's been joining us since this morning and getting us more voices from Sriharikota as the energy is certainly building. Remember, we're less than 3 hours away from the launch of Chandrayaan 2, which is all set to take place at 2:43 p.m. And this is an extremely significant mission, not just because it has several firsts, but also because it is an all-in-all indigenous mission. It's completely made in India. For the moment, I want to cut across to Shravan Sen, who's been getting us a lot of voices from Sriharikota since this morning. And Shravan, you're indeed going to be a part of that historic moment very closely. But even as we're just less than 3 hours away from the launch, how's the energy really at Sriharikota at this point?
Well, Suesha, there's absolutely no doubt about the fact that India is now all set to script history. Right now, we are inside the Space Center, the media center, from where we'll get a close glimpse of this entire launch. I'll quickly take our viewers through what's actually happening inside. Now, what you see right now behind me is the countdown clock, which gives you the time left for the launch, which is little over 2 hours now. The clock is ticking. And on the left-hand side is basically images that are basically coming from the launch site, where it gives you a sense that the countdown is in progress. These are basically 3 slides which are giving you a close look at the satellite vehicle, the launch vehicle itself, the GSLV Mark III, that is going to basically take our spacecraft Chandrayaan 2. Now, there's absolutely no doubt about the fact that as far as Chandrayaan 2 is concerned, there are several firsts. Now, it is a natural sequel to Chandrayaan 1, because remember, in Chandrayaan 1, which was basically an orbiter moving around the moon, now, it was only one of the instrument which crash landed there, and then afterwards the data that essentially came in, which showed there was a presence of water. Perhaps the mission, the objective of Chandrayaan 2 is basically to take that study forward, and Chandrayaan 2 becomes extremely significant given the fact that it is completely indigenous. It was supposed to come out in 2012, but the Russian space program did not allow us to do so, and then afterwards you're looking at a completely indigenous spacecraft that would be landing at the moon. And you have the orbiter, the lander, as well as the rover, which is the lander and the rover would be on the moon's surface to study the moon's surface and also to get us more details with regards to the lunar surface. Now, what's very significant here is the fact that when you're looking at these 2 instruments on the moon surface itself, you're also looking at the area from where the data would be coming in. The south pole of the moon region in itself is a first of its kind when you're looking at India essentially looking at that sort of an exploration. So there are many firsts to begin with, and this is certainly extremely significant and a giant leap, as everyone has been saying. As far as ISRO scientists are concerned, we could safely presume that they would certainly be a little bit nervous at this point in time as the countdown has already begun. And more importantly, what we saw about a week ago when they had to abort this entire mission, which is, again, that decision too has been lauded by scientists, because had that decision not been taken, perhaps India would have suffered huge losses. So that decision of aborting the mission has also been lauded by several scientists, saying that perhaps ISRO has taken the right decision. Now, we'll have to wait for another 2 hours to see history in the making.
That was exactly going to be my next point to you, Shravan, because it was slightly disappointing the last time around as the mission had to be aborted just an hour before the launch. But like you mentioned, that was extremely important, and this time around ISRO has ensured that there will be no technical snag. But like the information we are getting, that it is at about 1:30 p.m. in about 45 minutes from now when the tension will really start peaking, because that is the time when ISRO will be refilling the helium in the cryogenic engine once again. So what really are you picking up on that front as you're interacting with a lot of people there?
Well, as far as aborting the mission last time is concerned, remember ISRO scientists have already made it very clear that it was a technical snag. Now, elaborating on the technical snag itself, it is largely being regarded as a minor problem. But had they carried forward with that particular decision of launching this entire mission, then perhaps it would have led to a huge tragedy, losses of thousands of crores. But as far as this decision in itself is concerned, this has been simply lauded because it is a minor problem which has now been rectified, is what we are given to understand. ISRO has also, in a formal communication, said that they are all set for this entire launch. As far as what happens now, we'll still have to wait and watch because there's absolutely no official confirmation as to what is exactly happening. We're looking at the countdown clock right now and hoping that what happened last week would not repeat once